Hello, this is your girl,
Oh,
Fletcher, Miss Delaware Classic Universe, here again with our 2024 Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series. Now, the intent of this series is to encourage women and girls into purpose. How do we do that, we say, or you say? We do that by sharing the stories of phenomenal women and girls, queens who have the heart to share what they do, why they do it, why it's important to them, and how you can support them is what we do and how we hope to spark purpose in you. Today, we actually have a titled queen. Make sure you tune in as Miss Tiffany Perry shares her story. Hello, queen.
hello, how are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
Good, thank you for having me.
It is an honor to have you, Miss Perry. Can you please
Thank you.
introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Tiffany Perry, your Mrs. American Beauties National 2023-2024.
Okay, so would you like to tell us a little bit more about the pageant you
Yes,
participated in?
yes, I competed with Royal Productions Pageantry, and the pageant I competed in was Miss American Beauties National, and it's an awesome pageant system. I really love it. It's a family, it's a sisterhood.
Okay, and what made you decide to join the pageant world?
I had been doing pageantry since like eighth grade, and I was on and off with it. But I felt like God was calling me back into pageantry this year, so I stepped back into it.
Okay, okay. And what do you feel like the benefits are participating in the world of pageantry?
Opportunities like this one right here, where you get to speak and tell about yourself.
All right, and what is your platform?
My platform is S.t.a.r.'s Mentoring, standing tall against restrictive situations, where I help underprivileged girls ages 7 to 17 become leaders, givers, and good students.
That is awesome. Do you
Thank you.
also participate in pageantry, or is the program more about self-help, meeting them where they are?
It's about a little of both. I have a pageant that is in a part of my program, but mostly it's about self-help and mental health and bettering the girls and helping them, better themselves and become young women.
That is awesome. What is the name of your pageant?
It's just Miss S.t.a.r.'s Mentoring.
Miss S.t.a.r.'s Mentoring.
Yes,
And is
ma'am.
it open to any girl in America?
Well, actually, I created it for the girls that are in my program, but I'm looking to eventually expand it because I know some of the girls in my program, they want to experience pageantry, and it could be financial reasons and things like that that hinder them from doing so. So I wanted them to have an opportunity.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, what was one of the very first pageants that you competed in?
It was a pageant at my high school, actually. I was in eighth grade. I was very excited about it. I didn't really have any experience, but I wanted to do it because it was something that I was interested in. But it was a high school pageant, actually.
Okay, and did you win your first pageant?
I did not, but I didn't give up though, because I knew that this was something I wanted to do.
Nice. So my first pageant, oddly enough, I won, though I did not think I was going to
That's
win
awesome.
because
Yeah.
there were three of us, and the other two young ladies were absolutely fabulous. Oh
Hmm.
my gosh. I was like, there is no way I'm gonna beat out these girls. So I'm just going to enjoy myself and do what I do. Girl, I
Right.
had an absolute ball, had no idea they were about to call my name. And mind you, my sister kind of hoodwinked me into participating in the first place. So I didn't
Right.
know about the world of pageantry. She had to tell me about the platform, about what
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll pull some outfits. She was like, you can't wear them to a pageant. So she basically helped me come up with my outfits. I had to come up with a talent. I was like, there is so much involved in this.
Right.
And I was like, I'm never doing this again. But when I won, I was like, I did the whole, oh my gosh, I actually cried. Like, and then I was like, hold up, what happens after this? Because I thought I was done.
Right.
You have to compete nationally once you win
Mhm.
in your state. So
Yeah.
in terms of the pageant that you participated in, was there a talent segment?
Yes, actually it was, and I brought home the title for talent.
Oh, what was your talent?
I did a lip sync to a Carrie Underwood song.
Girl, now I attempted to actually sing.
Right.
Oh, what was it? You're a good soldier, choosing your
Yeah, yeah.
battle, pick yourself up and dust yourself off the back in the
Mhm.
saddle. I was all into it, girl. Actually, like singing. Girl, but my outfit was really casual, like maybe
Mhm.
not so pageant, and I did not win. Which is
Aw.
how the Warrior Crown series though got birthed out of
Mhm.
my losing. So I'm
Okay.
not really losing because I placed. So, I was honored to have placed, but I was livid because the first
Yeah.
pageant, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm watching YouTube videos, listening to people, asking questions of queens that I do know. And I was just like,
Yeah.
it was a lot. It was really overwhelming.
Right.
I won. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So I have to do all of this again. Okay, let's do all of this again. So I was very intentional and then I lost. And I was like, but I did everything I was supposed to do.
Right.
What happened? And then I started running down all the phenomenal women that I competed with and started
Right.
recognizing the amazing qualities that they have, but
Right.
and how they deserve to win and that we all wore crowns, which is how this was birthed into purpose. How did you come
Mhm.
up with your platform?
It's actually my 501c3 nonprofit. And so I had been sitting on it since 2020 and I never done anything with it. But I decided that, well, with the help of a few queens, they kind of like encouraged me to use it as my platform. And so I just stepped out on faith and I did so. And it's really working out for me.
Awesome. So a lot of people think, like I did for the first pageant, that you just pull some clothes and throw something together. How did you prepare for your pageant?
I had a pageant coach and she kind of, well, not kind of, she did coach me through the whole process.
Okay, and what were some of those things that she coached you through?
She helped me with my walking. She helped me with my speech. She helped me with my wardrobe preparation and also with my interview skills.
Awesome, awesome. So what do you feel like was the most difficult part of competing in the pageant?
Learning how to do a runway walk, if I can be honest.
Okay, okay. No, that is. And you're always checking out what kind of shoes, what the stage is like, whether you're on the
Right,
stage or you on the floor, like
right,
and all of those things I feel like play into what you wear from
right,
shoes to your outfit, because if you're on a lifted stage, you want to have some sort of Spanx on, depending on what you're wearing.
right.
If
Mhm.
you're on the floor, you want to make sure you have something that stands out so that people can see and that you know where you're looking as you're
Right,
walking down, and that you can do that with confidence with the floor that you're on. So, how do
right.
you prepare the day of for your pageant?
Well, for me, I like to sit in quiet sometimes and just with my thoughts. I listen to music, I pray, I talk to people that I feel confident will give me confidence to get on stage.
Okay, okay.
And makeup and hair and all that stuff too. So
All right. So, in terms of how you prepare, like the day of, those are things that you do the day of, in addition to the coaching and
mhm.
preparing the day of. Are there any things that you will impart to people who are considering participating in pageantry or
Yes,
preparing for to compete in a pageant?
yes, my thing would be to tell them to be themselves. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. Always speak loudly and don't worry about what other people think about you. Just compete against yourself, because most of us, when we go into pageantry, we compete. We're looking at what is she going to do on stage or what is he going to do on stage. But we have to look at ourselves, because for me, it wasn't about what the others were doing. I was bettering myself. So I was my own competition.
That is the most important part of this whole journey. I feel like pageantry, once you decide that you're going to compete, it is in fact a journal. Like it is a journey that should be
Right.
that should be tracked, because you
Yes.
grow during this experience. whether you have a coach or you're on your own looking at YouTube videos, talking to other queens, getting ideas and support from watching Project Runway in terms of how to
Right.
walk, how to turn, how to manipulate your outfits, how to enhance your face, how to play with your smiles. Like there are so many levels to representing or presenting yourself to an audience, and none of it has anything to do with the people who are also in this journey, who are also on this journey with you. So you're
Right.
correct. You're in competition with yourself. It's a way of it's an amazing platform of growing and enhancing the individual that you are, that you're growing into, and that you foresee yourself as being. So were there
Right.
any opportunities that you met once you won that were unexpected?
Yes, my hometown gave me a proclamation. I asked for that, but I didn't expect them to be like, yeah, you can get that. But that's one of the opportunities that I really did not expect.
Awesome, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there anything that happened that was surprising in your first pageant experience?
Um, hmm. That I actually got on the stage, because sometimes I let my fear talk me out of it, but I did it. So that surprised me.
Nice. And was your talent always the same, or did you change anything as you competed? Like, your first pageant, you're like, ooh, am I really going to do this? Now, I feel like there should always be a level of nervousness because that gives you the guts or the gumption or the to really press on and do what you have to do. But initially, your nerves like settle in. But once you do your second one, you still have those nerves, but there are levels, I feel like, to it. Was there something like for
Yeah.
you that changed once you competed in your second pageant?
Well, I never done talent until this pageant, and this was my first talent. So I guess you could say it was always the same. But the thing that changed from my first to my second pageant was more experience and maturity, because I was more mature and I understand what it meant to actually take the stage.
Mm.
So I think that's what changed for me.
Okay, and did you always have a coach, or was this the first time that you decided to utilize a coach?
This is my first time, and I'm glad that I did, because it allowed me to actually let my hair down and relax instead of trying to do it all myself.
Nice. And who was your coach, may I ask?
I had Janelle. She's with Janelle at Pageant Prep. She is Janelle Myers. She's really good. She goes by Janelle Oshun on Facebook, but she's a good coach. I recommend her to anybody that's looking.
Okay, you heard it here. She had a coach. She recommends coach. And she also, Miss Perry also shared that you're not in competition with anyone else. You're in competition with yourself. Really, you're just sharing your authenticity, the individual, the fantastic individual that you are, to a new set of family and friends, because that's what your sister queens become. The ladies who are
Right.
on stage with you, they become family. The
Yeah.
time period that you're together, you're preparing, you're practicing, you're at rehearsals, in some cases even shopping at the same stores, because you sometimes some of the pageants are like you have to purchase from here, you need a swimsuit from here. So you're running into the same people. So it is a sisterhood unlike any other sisterhood, like once you participate in pageantry.
Right.
In terms of Miss America's Beauty, now what is the entire title?
It's Mrs. American Beauties National.
National. Okay, and is their platform the same as yours?
No, ma'am. It's actually, their platform is domestic violence.
Okay.
That's the pageant platform. So yes, ma'am, it's different from mine, but I love it because I get to support women and also men that deal with domestic violence.
Not even that. Yours ties into that because you working
Right.
with women and girls loving themselves and understanding who they are. It allows them to identify healthy relationships, which is
Right.
basically when you're teaching early childhood, you don't say, stop doing that. No, you encourage them to do a variety of things that are positive and you negate the negative because you're not talking about the negative things. You're always talking about the positive things, and you're highlighting the good things that they are doing, which is typically working well with others, which is building healthy, amicable relations.
Right.
You know, we can combat domestic violence by encouraging women and girls to be the best version of themselves all the time and authentically be themselves. And if you are not happy, you have a network of sisters that support and encourage you where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of what is it like your outfits? Like, how do you prepare your outfits for pageantry? Was that troublesome, or did you have sponsors? Did you have people who were like, oh, I'll sponsor you a gown. Oh, I want you to wear this interview suit. How did that work?
I didn't have sponsors, so I mostly did things myself, and it didn't really bother me to do it myself. I wish I had sponsors, but I just like to pick out what I like and go from there. So yeah.
No, that's important, because sometimes if you have a sponsor, it limits you to the range of what you can wear that you actually connect to. And I think it's important to wear something that you are connected to versus someone feels like you look good in. Because if you feel good in it because you don't identify with it or authentically connect with it, it doesn't really matter. Now, do you believe that there is a difference between pageantry and modeling?
Yeah, yes, a big difference. I think with pageantry, it's to me, pageantry is more fun because you get to play with clothes and you get to be different on stage. You get to do the talent. With modeling, it's kind of more business, serious. You know, you angles and you're leaning and you're smiling, but I feel like you do get to play with clothes, but in a different aspect. Like it's not like fun like pageantry though.
I agree. When I first did my first fashion show, I was cheesing. In rehearsal, I was like, and they were like, no, ma'am, this is not pageantry. This is play.
Yeah.
We are very serious. Like, I need you to get out of pageant and get into model. And I was like, well, what is that? Like, what is, I was like ripping the runway, like surely that it. And they was like, no, like we just go watch. You know, we had trainers with the fashion week that I was participating in. And they work with you, and it's like, oh, okay, it's you're right. You're not necessarily representing yourself. In fact, you are representing who you are. So if you are a smiley, really vibrant person, like you definitely want to share that on stage because you are exuding who you are through your clothes, your face, your presentation, and how you share and show up on stage. Whereas with modeling, you are who the designer needs you to be in their garments. So you are like a living mannequin representing their brand. So it's imperative that you ask them, do you want, can I be myself, or do you want me to be serious? Like, what kind of runway? And some of them are like, I want straight runway, which means you're not smiling, you're not cheesing, you're doing a straight walk, you're stopping so that I can get my pictures at the top, and then you're ripping off and you're coming back, but I need you to take your time doing so.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like nowadays, because there are so many runway shows, that they are giving you the option of showing personality and you walking, but it's definitely important that you connect with the designers to see what version of that you need. But with pageantry, it's always you being yourself. Wearing clothes that identify you, that allow you to be more of yourself, because the judges may not know you. They may not have ever seen you, but they have rules that they have to follow as they are voting for you or not for you, or scoring you as you present yourself on stage. And the only way they can do that is by guessing how you decided to design your hair, how you decided to present your face, what are you wearing, what are your accessories like? Are you smiling? Are you connecting to us? Do you make me want to smile with you when you walk down the stage? Are other people whispering and smiling and clapping? We are taking into account everything you bring once you hit the runway. So I do believe that there is a difference. And I learn something new every show I participate, every pageant I participate in, I learn something new. And I feel like those things are extremely important for the lives of our women and girls, which is why the Wear Your Crown speaking series exists in the first place. So how did you find out about the Wear Your Crown speaker series?
Actually, one of my sister queens in my pageant system, she told me about it, Miss Gloria. And I was like, oh wow. And I saw it on Facebook, but I didn't really know. I thought it was more so just like a Facebook thing. But when she told me what it actually was, and she knew that I wanted to be on a podcast, she recommended me. So I just appreciate her for that. Miss Gloria Combs. Thank you, Queen.
She is, I met her at the Miss Essence World Elite pageant in Indianapolis, Indiana, I think now 2 years ago. And she is one of those personalities that exude power, grace, and class all together. Like you cannot miss her if she's sitting in a room. So I was just like, I have to meet her. And I don't even think the first time I saw her, no, I think the first time I saw her, she was not in crown and sash, but the second time she was. And I was like, I should have known. Like her essence just exudes queendom every time you see it. So I was like, I should have known that she was a queen. Like everything about her just exuberates like queendom mindset, sisterhood. Like let's work together. Where are you at? Let's work together. I want to enhance where you're at, what you're doing. And I was just like, yes, yes, and yes. And I had the honor of actually having her participate last year, I believe. So you can actually catch her segment on our YouTube last year where she participated and shared her fabulous website that helps queens like ourselves prepare or, utilize outfits that are in preparation for pageantry, or if you're preparing for the interview. And she had such a range of materials. I was like, this is fabulous. This is like one-stop shopping for the pageant. So if you are thinking about competing and you're like, what does that look like? Check out her website. Okay, let me come back. So Queen, if there is something you would like to share with our women and girls who are watching, like what would that be?
I would like to share, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. And for our older women like me, don't let age define your dreams. And people will tell you that just because you're older, you can't. But I'm 42 and I want people to know that it's okay to still dream and to still chase those dreams. Thank you.
That is awesome. She said 42. Baby, you are beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for you.
Actually cut that in half. You said 42. I was like, what? She said 42. She said 42.
And I'm proud to say my age because I want women to know that dreams don't die just because you get older. A lot of people, they get intimidated by their age and they say, I can't do pageantry. I'm too old. Nothing gets old but clothes. Ain't that what they say?
That is. And nowadays, even they come back in style.
They sure do.
Yes. And listen, ladies, if you are listening, there's a pageant out there for you. If you are trying to figure out how, where you can participate, reach out to myself or to Queen Tiffany Perry. I'm sure she is familiar with pageants with a range of ages. I am definitely familiar with pageants and an age of ranges. So if you are interested and you're like, I don't know if that's for me, there is a pageant for you.
For everybody.
Yes, yes. So thank you so much for participating. How can we follow you if we want to follow and or support you? How do we do that?
I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and I'm about to start doing YouTube. So you can find me on all the social media platforms.
Okay, and do you have the same handle for all of them?
No, I don't. Most of my platforms are Imperfectly Beautiful, and I have the number 21 after that, so I could have that in But if you find me, that's where I'm at, Imperfectly Beautiful on social media platforms.
Awesome.
Oh, and you can find s.t.a.r.s Mentoring on Instagram.
Okay, we're going to put them all below. So
Okay,
if you guys
sounds
are
good.
listening, her information is below. If you want to make a donation to support her platform, her pageant, the young girls that she's working with, her links are below. Be sure to reach out, watch, and share, and make sure that you go back and listen again to everything this queen had to share. Now, you just said, you know, before we sign off, you said perfect. What did you say? You're
Imperfectly beautiful, because I am imperfectly beautiful. Because I'm not perfect, but I consider myself to be beautiful on the inside and the out. Thank you.
That is me too. So imperfectly beautiful. And if you've been watching, you know that one of my sayings is be perfect in your imperfection, and you are needed where you are as is now. Like everything you are, wherever you are in your life and your journey right now, you're needed and you are enough. So thank you for my second confirmation. Be perfect in your imperfections, ladies. This is the 2024 Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series with none other than Tiffany Perry, Miss America Beauty National 2023-2024. Thank you, Queen, so much for
Thank you
joining
for
me.
having me. It was an honor and a privilege. Bye-bye.
Bye.